Okay, I ran out of space. Eek. All right, so that's going to be in 2 parts. Still March 19th, still 2026. We still on that. So right now it is 17:41, 5:41 p.m. All right, so where I left off at was this king, Page of Swords in reverse. He ain't no king. This is a person who already knew about the money, who already knew about the opportunity, or already knew about something. I said it was money because there's plenty of pentacles here, right? And they didn't tell this person because they were in the 2 of Pentacles and they were thinking about it, went deep. I mean, the Hermit in reverse, they had to do introspection and they're just done thinking about it. They're just going to come and knock on the door and politely say, you have some money that nobody wanted to tell you about. Please keep your opinions to yourself. I don't care how you feel. I don't care about any of that. You wouldn't even know about it if it wasn't for me telling you. So just give me some money, okay? This is my value. Sliding a little piece, little napkin. Look, this is how much you can go ahead and put in my account for me telling you about it, and then we'll go our separate ways. That's how I feel about it. Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling. This person feels about this situation. It's really about the money. It's not about, like I said, this could be a family member, this could be a friend, or a relationship, a former relationship, this Queen of Swords was in. So that being said, this person is not taking a position of a family member. That's not how you talk to somebody that you're supposed to love, respect, care, protect, or anything. That's not the position that you take. That's not the position that you take if you are a friend to somebody. Now, a past relationship, possibly, depending on how that relationship ended. But the way I'm feeling is like this person doesn't really care about this person. The person that's telling that man, that older man that's telling this woman, this Queen of Swords, about this money or opportunity, whatever, this person doesn't really care about this person. They don't really want to hear that person's opinion. They don't want to hear, anything really. Again, their ace in the hole, their trump card is the fact that you wouldn't even know if I didn't tell you, period. Yeah. This is a lackadaisical, lazy, basically a lazy, uncreative, somebody who's never done anything with their life. They wouldn't get this Wheel of Fortune on their own anyway. So they're looking at like, I know this person, I know what kind of person this is. And I mentioned that in part 1. He's right in a way, because the Queen of Swords would not know about this situation had he not told her. So in that perspective, she should give him some money for outing the situation so that now she can take the appropriate action and step to get what belongs to her. Right? And this person knows that much about this person. They know that this is a fiery, outspoken person. They know that this is an upstanding, just, righteous person. So they know she would take that perspective. Like, I don't like you. I know you're a piece of trash and that you knew about this and that you're working against me and you were trying to get a piece without actually having to ask me for it. But I also know that, I wouldn't actually be getting it given the situation. So this person, like I said, this Page of Swords in reverse, they're not coming in to tell the truth. They're not coming in to tell the whole story about what's happened. Like, they're not going to tell, everything. Because they feel like, again, they don't respect her enough to tell her the whole thing. And they feel like she don't need to know. You don't need to know all the tricks and trades and things that we did in order to get you out of this money. in order to make sure that you don't have an opportunity to get what belongs to you. You don't need to know all of that. All you need to know is that we didn't get it. You're going to get it. And the only way that you get to know about it is if somebody tells you. Now you know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you 2 years ago we tried to won't, and it didn't work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you 2 weeks ago we tried to won't, and it didn't work. I'm not going to tell you all that. That's none of your business. Like, all I'm trying to do is get the payout. Again, this is somebody who's going to come trying to at least put on the slightest bit of respect. The slightest, because again, this is a position of somebody who we had a past relationship, or we're friends, or we are family. So they're going to try to pretend as though there's the slightest bit of respect. There's love, but it isn't. It isn't love, and it isn't respect. It's all about money. And they feel like you don't need to know all of this other stuff. All you need to know is there's money out there. That's it. That's all you need to know. Because if you knew the other stuff, that's crimes. All that over there, those are crimes that we were committing. So I'm not going to tell you about all the crimes. I'm just going to tell you about what's out there for you to get. Okay, capisce? You understand? You get it? All right. Now I want you to give me some. Like, this person needs their head examined. They certainly do. Like, they really do. They're not a good person. I said that in part 1. I'm just going to reiterate, just in case you just like, I'm not watching part 1. Have a good day. Like, and that's fine. That's fine. That is just, again, this is somebody who doesn't want to do any work. The only reason, that's where the last one left off at. This person is the King of Wands in reverse. They don't want to put energy out, none. Zero energy out at all. Trying to put themselves ahead in life. They're not thinking about this, but let's be clear. This back and forth in their mind about the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, this is probably the hardest they've ever thought in their entire life. About anything. I mean, about anything. Like, this person, this is probably the hardest they have ever thought about anything in their entire life. I hope you're following me on this, because I mean it. I mean it. This person puts forth no effort. 8 of Pentacles in reverse on top of the King of Wands in reverse. This person puts forth no effort to actually have anything of their own. Never. When I say lackadaisical, when I say lazy, when I say uncreative, unmotivated, I mean that. I mean that with a passion. That's why they flying, tripping over their shoelaces, jumped out the car, probably didn't put the car in park. That's why they're doing that. That's why they're doing this. It's because they know, I'll be set. All I got to do is go tell her and I'll be set. Just ugly person on the inside. Yeah, not going to talk about how they drug their feet. They're not going to talk about how they were dragging their feet and how they were sitting up trying to work with these people or person or whoever to make sure that you don't get what you got coming to you. So to make sure that you don't get to move forward. Yeah. 6 of Wands in reverse. On top of the 7 of Swords in reverse. The plan to stop you wasn't working. All of that, they was trying to do everything to slow it down, to stop you from moving forward, to make it look like you don't do nothing. Look at all this time has passed and she ain't did nothing. Anything to make you look like you're a person who doesn't do anything when it's really them. That's craziness. Because that's on top of the Seven of Swords. So that was the plan. That was the plan that didn't work. This is the plan to stop this person from moving forward. And when they see this person, this older man sees that that didn't work and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. This person, this Queen of Swords is still going to have success. Regardless, no matter what we do, she's still going to get success. She's still going to have happiness. She's still going to have a positive life. She's still going to have what she worked for. There's still going to be good things, positivity around this person. Even though we tried to shut it down, we tried to make it so she's a pessimistic, quiet, internal person. That's not even this Queen of Swords. That's not part of her character, to be internal and don't speak her piece and don't think positively, try to create something, try to, help or speak to people, speak life into people. They really didn't want this person, with that being said, they didn't want this Queen of Swords to move forward as herself. They tried to change the Queen of Swords character and who she is as a person. That is bizarre, but that was part of the plan for some reason, to change who she is so she can't have happiness. Because the Queen of Wands is in reverse. Not having energy, not going out to get something, not speaking her piece, not being who she is. Being in reverse. And then the Nine of Cups is in reverse. So this person was pleased with what they were doing, or the people they were working with, he was working with, or the person he was working with. Those people or person was pleased with what was going on or what they were doing, that no money was coming in for the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Nothing was being granted for her. Nothing was flourishing for her. Her energy was being wasted. Queen of Wands in reverse. So her energy, instead of it going out and helping people and flourishing and touching lives, and she's giving somebody a creative idea, they're going with it. They're like, yeah, that is a great idea. And they're telling her that's a great idea. In reverse, it's people taking her ideas and not telling her, hey, I used your idea and thank you, it helped me. See, a Queen of Wands, that's a positive person that's telling you something, and she's not selling you that idea. She's giving it to you for free. The main thing that would make her happy would be for you to come and tell her that it worked. But these people were getting happiness from people not doing that. making her internalize, like, damn, people don't take my advice. Like, am I not the type of person that would give good advice? Like, they were happy that people were mistreating this person for years. Or at least during her youth, beating her down during her youth. Like the things she was saying were unintelligent or unwise. The creative ideas weren't they weren't good creative ideas. But the people were really taking them. They were taking her ideas and not giving her any compensation for it, because money coming in is in the reverse. They were not giving her anything for it. Not even a thank you. Not even a confirmation that, hey, we did use that, thanks. No improvements in her life. Like, they were happy. This is what Nine of Cups means. They were happy that this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, had no real improvements in their life. That people around them were basically just abusing them. I imagine if you're with someone, you're teamed up with that person or team, and you see that they're getting glory, they're getting excited, they're high-fiving each other and buying each other drinks and celebrating that someone is in this position, yeah, you do need to do some deep introspection. You do. Maybe the Hermit, you're right. You need to look at yourself as a person, because what? How can you side with somebody like that? How can you think that that's okay? For a long period of time. Like, the work wasn't paying off. And this also could be the Queen, like I said, the Queen of Wands, and her ideas not paying off. People not doing anything to help her get her ideas off the ground. Co-conspiring maybe to keep the ideas from moving forward. The Six of Swords in reverse. All of it in an effort to keep the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for the Queen of Swords, for the Queen of Wands. On top of maybe there also being money there. So this person could have afforded her own concepts a long time ago, but instead just would have been satisfied with other people taking her ideas and making something into them, since she didn't have the funds to actually do them herself. That's evil. That's really evil and cruel. Trying to beat that person down so that they are no longer that person anymore. So they don't have any creative ideas and they don't have any desire to create anything. So if they ever do get this money, they're just going to drink it away or smoke it away or give it away or gamble it away, instead of actually putting it to use. Because we beat that initiative out of you. We beat that right out of you. You don't have any ideas. You don't have any gumption. You don't have any aspirations. Yeah, when you get this money, all you're going to do is drink it and smoke it like everybody else. Because you ain't no different. You ain't no better than nobody else. But that's why they were trying to keep the money away from the person, right? Because this person is different from everybody else. Yeah. So this older gentleman is trying to come in as the King of Swords. I'm about done with this. Trying to come in as the King of Swords. demanding respect. Like I said, this is either a family or friend, you know, trying to pretend like they love the person. And, you know, if the person says anything, they're going to try to pull rank. I'm your uncle, or I'm your older brother, or whatever. You don't say nothing like, you don't talk to me like that. I'm trying to help, trying to demand respect. Meanwhile, they were doing all of this in the background. And it wasn't until this person walked away, turned their back, and stopped affiliating with this group, with these people, that now all of a sudden this older man now wants to come clean. So it was all fun and games until the Queen of Swords says, hey, she didn't know nothing about it. So it didn't even have anything to do with the money. It had everything to do with them and not wanting to be with them, period. This had nothing to do, because again, you wouldn't even know about the money if I didn't come tell you. Exactly. So walking away from you had nothing to do with wanting some money by myself, or it had everything to do with seeing you for who you are, what you are, cruel, evil. Which is not someone a Queen of Wands and a Queen of Swords would choose to be around. Period. Someone that's positive and outspoken and creative and giving ideas and trying to help, and somebody who's just and sees things for what they are and tells the truth and wants the truth would not be around these type of people. Which is why she left. But the only reason why they want to come tell her about it is to bring her back. Ew. Because they're frustrated. They're frustrated that she's going to be happy with the money without them. Girl, all right. All right. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm going to wrap her on up. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's disgusting. That is a disgusting mentality. 7 of Wands I just dropped on top of the 2 of Pentacles reverse, on top of the Queen of Wands in reverse, on top of the 10 of Cups. The 7 of Wands, they're frustrated because this person, she walked away, which means this was going to come to her, or happiness was coming anyway, right? Regardless. Well, I said that. They know she's going to be happy regardless. They frustrated because they don't want her to be happy alone. They want to make sure that they're a part of the happiness. They're getting some. I'm getting some of that money. She's going to give me some of that money. I'm just gonna, okay. So, tell me, I don't even know what to ask. Just, you tell me something. You tell me. You tell me and I'll tell them. 8 of Wands. Wasn't that how it started? That's how it started. I just want to say, 8 of Wands. What else? Judgment. One more. Ace of Cups. They don't even understand the outcome is still going to be this person is going to be you run into her to tell her the truth, and she's going to still be running away because that's judgment. The Ace of Cups is her. She's running her way towards her Ace of Cups, which is happiness without you. Because again, she didn't even know about the money, remember? So you might get a couple dollars, but you'll never, ever, ever, ever talk to that person again. You will never, ever, levers, ever be invited to that person's house. You will never, ever be around that person on an intimate basis. They will not consider you friend, family, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything. Like, you might get a couple dollars and you're out of there. You're done. And that's the happiness. This person is all about protecting her peace and happiness and staying away from y'all. Come back for the next one, y'all. Bye.